As the U.S. and Israel's unprovoked war on Iran enters its 25th day, President Trump is claiming that Iran has begun negotiations with the United States. But the Iranian government has dismissed the claim as fake news, accusing Trump of trying to manipulate financial and oil markets. Over the weekend, Trump threatened to, quote, obliterate Iranian power plants if Iran did not fully reopen the Strait of Hormuz by Monday night. But on Monday, Trump reversed course, extended his deadline to 5 days, and repeatedly claimed the U.S. was now in productive conversations with Iran.
With Iran, we've been negotiating for a long time, and this time they mean business. And it's only because of the great job that our military did is the reason they mean business. They want to settle, and we're going to get it done, I hope.
Earlier in the day, President Trump claimed he might personally take joint control of the Strait of Hormuz with Iran's next Ayatollah.
Be jointly controlled.
By who?
Maybe me. Maybe me.
You want the United States to be
me and the Ayatollah, whoever the Ayatollah is, whoever the next Ayatollah. Look, and there'll also be a form of a very serious form of a regime change. Now, in all fairness, everybody's been killed from the regime. They're really starting off. There's automatically a regime change. But we're dealing with some people that I find to be very reasonable, very solid. The people within know who they are. They're very respected. And maybe one of them will be exactly what we're looking for. Look at Venezuela, how well that's working out. We are doing so well in Venezuela with oil and with the relationship between the president-elect and us. And maybe we find somebody like that in Iran.
Despite Trump's claims of U.S.-Iran negotiations, U.S. Central Command says U.S. forces, quote, continue to aggressively strike, unquote, Iran. Meanwhile, Iran's retaliated by striking other Gulf nations and Israel. Israeli officials said Iran has launched 7 missile barrages since midnight, targeting Tel Aviv and other cities. The Israeli military said one of the missiles that hit Tel Aviv carried a 220-pound warhead. Israel's health ministry said nearly 4,800 people have been injured by Iran's attacks on Israel since the war began. We go now to London, where we're joined by Daniel Levy, president of the U.S. Middle East Project, former Israeli peace negotiator under Israeli Prime Ministers Ehud Barak and Yitzhak Rabin. His recent piece for Zeteo is headlined, Why Netanyahu Duped Trump into the Illegal War with Iran. Well, Daniel Levy, thanks so much for being with us again. Why don't you explain that headline?
Well, good to be with you, Amy and Juan. Netanyahu himself and other Israeli leaders, although he's been at the helm for much of the last 3 decades, have, during an awfully long period, told us Iran is at the precipice of becoming a nuclear power. By the way, we should always remind ourselves Israel is the only nuclear-armed state in the region. But they've been telling us it's imminent, we have to act now. And they've been trying to pull successive American presidents into that war, to launch such a military campaign. They've never succeeded. You have had American presidents across the decades from whichever party has been in power who have created an extremely indulgent, permissive environment for Israel in the region, and in particular when it comes to Israel's consistent war crimes against the Palestinians. What you have not had is a president who could be led into this kind of a military operation, and we're seeing right now, in almost the last month of this war, precisely